Francis, your tree keeps reaching out of me, wedged between narrow gods. Francis, I wanted to be with him after we saw that cat get hit on the median. I'm using interrogatives to dry up dreams. Francis, you come sliced like pastrami. I burned a racetrack around you, held you in my hemisphere. The swan's gone, the black gummy heat. He walked me outside my periphery. Orange cone, flag flown. You don't know my life, Francis. The highway, Francis, was bloody. When I drove badly, hit brick upon brick of invisible animals. My father passed us in his old gold car. The kitchen smells like whales. I can't be stopped. My voice is soft florets dancing in candlelight. Everyone waiting for the night to end. Shoes lined up like knives in the doorway. Francis, if only I could be stopped. The night was me not exploding in the center of the bed, a whale. We got so drunk we couldn't move our arms or legs. We didn't know how to avoid wasps or stop leaks. Night was a blueprint of bones, bells on their hooks. You're there, Francis. I go down to the basement and rub up on old papers, waxy cloth, camping gear. 1986, making my dad a Father's Day gift. I was told I covered the sweatshirt with too much tough paint. I was a spore, Francis, sweating out words. My root drilled into the foot of the tree, dislodged what it could, and Francis stuck fast. Forgiveness is a ticket we sell at the lemonade stand. Here, you be good to me, Francis, with a sticky piece of ivy stuck to your sock and a book waiting on the ribbed bedspread and someone in the house playing piano like they want to cut someone else's face off. Turning left out of the driveway, if we had a driveway, my romantic, sweat-meddled self breathing heavily. This is the Dodge Dart we're driving. The lake is Green Lake. My eyes look like a dog's face and your face, Francis. At the corner, there is another corner. The dog slept on the bathroom floor. We talked about missing the rose bushes, but we meant lilacs. We never had roses, Francis. On the mantle is a picture of my great-grandfather in a dress. Out back, my mother is spreading the delivery of chicken manure over the garden with a rototiller. My dad's still playing the piano, Francis. My fantasy scatters along the highway like little tombstones. I wave to them, watch Francis break into white motes of air and float away. Up and through me, sunlight, I flounder in the deep for lost words flowering underfoot. My ribs are a noise-making machine. I sing to Francis. We pick out our pieces and put them on the game board. I choose green. That doesn't mean anything. I cannot speak. Earnest in my red jacket and too bright, I sit in the concrete gallery waiting, but it can only be you beyond the cloud ribbons. I get down inside a pillar and gently move my past so it sits farther away from his. The edge of the world nods, and Francis is light splattering on all of it. My arms lengthen. All material grinds within gravity's course. Francis waits in the well, a white stick, a pine. I make a long road for Francis to walk. More yellow along the fence, more and deeper architecture, more terms, more dinner parties, more backgrounds blotting me out. My body makes blood, a product described as its rind. I stood on the corner. It was high school. I was a person with hair and eyes. If you ask me to breathe, each river has a twin. I'll be somewhere by bedtime. The movie theater smelled like beets. My mother sat in the back with her sunglasses on. What does it mean to be sensitive to light? I'd like to remove Francis from this. I'd like to be removed. I'd like to strangle someone and drape them over the old velvet, then hide up in the thin bathroom stall. A movie is the place to get lonely. There's not enough light for my loneliness. She's typing her novel, and next door my dad is throwing the I Ching to test his fortune. Not my fortune, not the future of Francis. We're moving in our beds. I keep a lot of things in my desk. A spider for Francis. A lot of phrases are spoken. Is this what water looks like as it drains? Perhaps the walking ends at a well or a dead tree, a place you can get to. Swing out over water and it opens. You come back along the lake, but you're not the same. Where's Francis? There's a sound you can hear, but arrival is a means of keeping meaning out. To not have means not having an airport, a pair of nail cutters on the sink, a pot of noodles, anticipation, feral cats in May or June, no Francis. My past is upstairs with your past, exploding and reshaping, marking the bathroom walls, and Francis. It's hard to retreat to an image without judging. In Vermont, there are paintings and barns and hay and a lima bean-shaped pool and a cat, and I hear Francis in the rafters. We could have been braver, I suppose, not eaten chocolate, not tugged so many times or so desperately at the spines of books. Looking at me was like looking at a dog's face, all open and viscous. Once I was flipped into the lake by another person's oar and got back into the boat so fast no one saw me underwater. We rode a ferry past several small islands chock full of pine trees, and I thought to myself, I can jump. But then I saw my mother turning and turning her face to the sunlight and knew I'd never jump. Francis at my back, my mouth open, my face a dog's face. I get so mad, we make dinner and divide it evenly into bowls.